I still remember the feeling during the dot-com bubble where, everybody was talking about the internet. And while I was sort of downloading Simpson episode scripts on the internet, you realized the opportunity of the internet to sort of completely change everything. And everything changed, but it took from 99 at least 10 to 15 years to really get to where everything is on the internet, right? So all of voice communication on the internet, all of your video streaming is on the internet, your phone is on the internet. It was very hard. You could have people who sort of are visionaries who realized it, but to actually build the system took a couple of cycles and took the dot-com bubble to burst with a lot of people losing hope. My biggest, by the way, probably investment mistake was selling Apple shares in the after dot-com bubble burst. But it took a while for Amazon and Google to become Amazon and Google of today, and it's going to take a while. I actually think it happened relatively from market cap perspective. If you think of the market cap of Ethereum and Bitcoin right now, it's actually still very significant compared to where we are in the cycle of our sort of envisioned potential of this ecosystem.
Yeah, and even at $1 trillion, we're a tiny asset class. I mean, we're so early in this, and I love that perspective of again the bubbles rise and burst. And remember, these bubbles are dictated by the traditional stock market. That's who's setting the price. So again, we're coming back to the statement I made earlier, which is the crypto markets move at 4.5 times the speed because it never closes, never shuts down. So it has its positives and negatives, meaning that when there's a downturn, generally crypto is the first to feel it. When there's an upturn, generally we're the first to take advantage of it because we just, again, doesn't matter where in the world you are, doesn't matter, what access, level of access to the internet you have, whether you're on, on a Starlink satellite in Antarctica or somewhere in South America, you have access to the same coins, generally almost anywhere in the world. And I think eToro, you guys yourselves, because you're in 100 countries right now, correct?
Correct.
I mean, when you truly talk about a global economy, the regulators, you're right, they can't understand, if I make this change in my country, how does this affect the rest of the world? And then you have, something like Ethereum that came up and it's homeless. There is no headquarters for Ethereum that they can call up and say, hey, we need you to, deal with this audit.
It's again, and for issuers, right? So again, I think when we look at $1 trillion market cap, we're looking at all crypto assets, right? Roughly. I don't know if NFTs are in there or not right now, but let's assume they are. I'm a big believer we'll see that $1 trillion becoming $200 trillion.
I agree.
But that's not because I think Bitcoin's necessarily going from $20,000 to $2 million. It's because I think what's going to be considered digital assets is going to significantly grow. We're going to see more markets. We're going to see CDBCs, central bank digital currencies, and suddenly you're going to see, on eToro or the digital maybe yuan, or more actually currencies issued by countries, but that are trading on the blockchain in a transparent way. You're going to see probably bonds eventually trading in that way. You have stock markets all around the world, from NASDAQ to ASX in Australia, dealing with how do we transform our business, because any exchange, right? So if you're NASDAQ or ASX and your business right now is 9 hours a day and you operate only locally, right? You want your business to be 24 hours a day as well, because that means more trading, more revenues, more customers from all around the world in different time zones. So I think people from central banks to exchanges to financial institutions from all around the world already understand the opportunity here. But I just think it's gonna take time, and there's always a question of exactly how it materializes.